There we go.
And we're live.
All right.
How was your long weekend, man?
It was good. Very exciting. I mean, not exciting, but just, relaxing, I should say. They're always too short. How was yours?
Yeah, it's 4 days. I took 4 days.
All right. Fair enough.
Chores, more chores. Today was one of those chore days. I had to go and run and do like a car inspection and a bunch of other things. And
today's Tuesday. This is the fourth day you took.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. All right.
It's nice.
Friday. Yeah, no, that's great.
No. Yeah. Let's kick this off right.
Let's do it. Mid-Geek Crisis. Welcome.
Let's roll.
Well,
we've got what a freaking last 24 hours, man.
Yeah, lots of exciting news coming out in the last 24, maybe 48 hours. It's been absolutely bonkers, right?
I'm a little annoyed though about it. I feel like we talked about it in the last episode, right? We talked about how, hey, where's the freaking news?
Where's the price? Where's the drop?
And so like it's almost like the fans forced it out by the leak. Obviously the leak happened somewhere. I'm just wondering how calculated, as someone that has talked to marketing people before, like big corporation marketing people.
Sure.
Like what would you say, how much of this was a calculated leak?
Okay, first of all, hey Adam, thanks for jumping on. What's a leak, right? I mean, how was this leaked?
I mean, anything that's information that has trickled out of your company without your blessing, without you actually being the one that actually turns the knob to
that is how we are defining a leak.
That's what it's always been a leak. Like, I mean, you can any type of information or anything that has come out from behind the walled garden that is your corporation or your company,
right?
And it's put out there, it's trickled out there by someone else.
So I don't know how to do it, but in my previous life, I should say, the more folks you got involved, the higher your chances of leaks. So I imagine that it's just hard with the number of companies and small companies and even smaller companies that all participate in this to stop information like this from leaking out, especially SAS. But I mean, it's not calculated. What is calculated, appears to me, was the response, right? They appear to be ready, locked and loaded to respond to a official leak.
Yeah, so we're going to talk a little bit about that.
Why do not control your message, though, Rolls? So here's don't underestimate the chance that this was a purposeful leak. I never confuse malice and insidiousness for incompetence, right? I cannot believe that this is a conspiracy. People can't do these things. They're not this good. It's definitely a leak or a mistake, or an oversight as to a loose NDA that should have been signed a little deeper, a clear contractual obligation. I don't think these things are anything but leaks. I can't imagine they're intentional. But this is intentional.
This might have been the tweet of the year for me. As someone that has been following this news and kind of like, come on, give me some good news. Give me the news already. The leak happened last night around 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night, give or take, is when the first video done by some like YouTuber, Sam something or whatever. Mm-hmm. And he had like a full-on video with like price and like 3D models and everything. And I'm like, where did this no-name guy come from? Like, what's going on? And all of a sudden, all the people that I follow started retweeting that and going,
yep.
Here it is, here's the price, here is the confirmed Xbox Series S. The one thing that we talked about last episode that was leaked by Microsoft themselves by putting it out, marketing flyers inside of their own product. So eventually they responded, and this was their response. And
it's excellent.
I think the best reply, if I wasn't already buying the Series X, this tweet would have sold me.
And it certainly sold me. Although I think I'm buying the S, right? That's the one I'm buying.
Right. So let's find where is the best tweet. The best reply to all this was Flex Seal. Call them.
I wonder if they just automatically reply to all leaks on the internet, and this one's just perfect.
We heard the call, and then Nintendo's epic reply.
Xboxes. Let's not cross-pollinate. But
sorry. Microsoft.
Hey, Tim, thanks for joining. So much fun. So good, and the best price point is the best price point, right? So yeah, I love the community.
Look at this.
Well, I would give a call out to Flex Tape for delivering that layup. Right, it's a easy layup.
Easy layup for sure. Yeah,
You're
totally.
Right, whoever runs these Twitter accounts deserve a raise.
I mean, any news is good news, right? And when you have a leak that comes out and you don't get to control the flow of information, what do? You control the reaction. Yep. And so that said, that happened.
How different from Disney or Nintendo, which sues people's pants off, right? That's
right.
How different from those folks.
So that said, with all of that in mind, once they tweeted that out, they must have the word within the company had to have kind of hit the fan. And I can imagine like the phone calls and the text messages and the emails flying, going, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Do we just ignore it? Do we ignore it? They put out that tweet with the funny reaction, and it's like, what? And so like someone had to go, okay, confirm it. And so
I don't know who mentioned it up in the chat stream, but like they were ready. They had a contingency plan for a leak. They knew it was going to happen. You can't work in any of these industries nowadays without anticipating a leak, Joe. Like Marvel, Disney, they all know what to do in case of a leak. There's a clear protocols for all of their social media.
Sure.
You know? Yeah, say this. It's great.
So I'm trying to pull up. So then, of course, immediately right after that,
yep.
Let's make it official with the eyes. There it is, Series S, the smallest.
Love it.
It's a pretty good looking system.
Bluetooth speaker. It's nice and small, which I'm excited for.
I mean, if you've seen the Xbox Series S, it's about this big, give or take, and about this tall.
Mm-hmm.
So this thing is smaller and thinner. So we're looking at this is a set-top box. This is a Fire TV.
Yeah. When
you're really looking at it. Like if you look at the size of the controller there.
Yeah, no, it's great. It's nice and small.
Yeah.
I love it. I love how condensed it is. It can probably fit under my TV, right? My TV
definitely you want to make sure it gets enough circulation or your fan will die.
Knock on wood. I was telling Joe that before the show, my Xbox One it's not a day one Xbox, but it's probably a day 2 or day 3 Xbox One. The fan has finally died on it, and it just couldn't hold out for the 6 to 8 weeks remaining for me to get that Xbox. We need a banana for scale. So my fan died. Everyone.
So I find it hilarious that on the news, on the eve of the news of this Xbox, and by the way, we had this conversation off the show in our chat, etc. We were talking about, well, this is the Series S. Who's this for? People are like, who is this for? It has no CD-ROM drive. And let me pull up that information.
It doesn't have 4K, blah 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 blah, whatever.
It's 4K capable, right? Like it can push up to 4K, but the video internal rendering is 1440p, is what we're getting. And
that means anything to me.
You're right.
Can I see it on my cheap ass TV? Yes, I can.
So we've got here's the official announcement video here, and
I was like, what am I looking at? An example of ray tracing? Joe, I can't see this. What is this? Who cares about this? Yeah, what does that mean? Thanks for jumping on, Astro Kraken Actual. You go, yeah, what does that mean?
Yeah, what does that mean? 1440. What does that mean?
What does that mean? It means nothing. I think I've tuned it back up to 1080. I think Joe did actually came over and said enough of this nonsense. My TV. Whoa, up to 120 FPS. Woohoo.
I'm excited. This kind of solidifies some sort of
over 100 high quality games. Oh yeah, because they're re-releasing Witcher. The Witcher company is going the way of Rockstar and re-releasing their
Witcher 3.
Witcher 3 for the next system. Yes. Look at this,
I'm gonna pause it
1440p
there.
and up to 120 DirectX ray tracing.
So for the technical, I'm gonna get a little technical for the technical people that watch our show. So let's I'm gonna kind of dumb this down a little bit for individuals that I've seen a lot of comments kind of back and forth in the comment section. I'm like, well, why would I buy this if it's no different than an Xbox One X that I already have now? Right. So let's put that information into perspective here, and I'm going to take you to.
It's got a solid state drive. That's better than my one already.
Right. So,
okay. Spoilers. Sorry, spoilers.
So, if you're a PC gamer in any way, shape, or form, or you're familiar with the PC lingo, or if you've ever bought a computer and you're buying one from the other, let's take you to the PC gaming side. Video cards, for example. We talked a little bit about this last week. NVIDIA released their big bad boy video card, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and we've talked about this on the show previously on previous episodes, where we've said, hey, why are these companies kind of releasing these half generational gap machines now? Like they released the Xbox One X, and they released the PlayStation 4 Pro. The best way that I can kind of describe this is we're fighting technology in a way that we've never before, in the sense that gaming is expensive to make. And so these games, companies want their games to last longer on the shelves and still look pretty for longer, right? So, we live in an age where these are all computers now, and no different than when you have a gaming computer. When you buy a game 1 year and it doesn't run very well, and then you upgrade your computer a little bit, all of a sudden that same game runs astronomically faster.
Yeah.
Better. You can turn all your settings up. You can turn, add the lighting a little more. That's what these companies are going to be doing. These re-releases, they're games that are already out there. They're just going to get patched and they're going to run. They're going to look better. They're going to basically turn up the settings a little bit on these new systems. That said, the specs of this are not very much different than the Xbox One X. The difference is that it's a generational gap. So we just had a new release of a video card, the 3080 and the 3070. And right now we've got the 2080s and the 2070s. If you spent big money on a 2080 Ti, like a big expensive bad boy, which is the equivalent of an Xbox One X, just in polarity sense, not actual specs, but just
you made a lot of PC users like flip their lids.
Right. So the 2080 Ti is the big bad boy from NVIDIA. The Xbox One X is the big bad boy from Microsoft, right? Sure. So now they're jumping up a new generation. And they're like, well, you want to stay with this, but you don't want to spend any more money. If you were to buy a 3070 video card, which is their lower end, it's as fast as the last high end from the last gen.
That's always been the way with video cards, though, right?
Right. With video cards,
generation, yeah.
Right. So this is what this is. This is the same console, like speed-wise, but it is a generational gap, as in internally that CPU is a modern rendition of that chip. It's the same chip as the newer next gen system with some clock down things. And what that means is there are some features that the new chip can do that the old chip can't do, even though raw horsepower wise, it might still be there. So this is a good entry level point for people. Also, for people like my partner in crime here,
I prefer to live at the low end of the scale, right? I don't need all the teraflops and flippity flips. I prefer.
He just wants to play the game. I mean,
I just want to play the game. That's exactly right.
He doesn't even know if he has a 4K TV.
I'm pretty sure I do. I don't.
Well, I think you do, because your 1081 died and you couldn't find a 1080p TV.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is he doesn't care. He's not one of the people that goes into the settings and cranks things up. So with that in mind, he just wants to hit download and play his games. This is for him. And I think at $299, being able to jump to the next generation of gaming, playing every new game that comes out on your system is perfect.
It's perfect. And I don't buy media, right? So pretty much everything I do is downloaded anyway, or streamed, or however you want to do it. So this makes it easy for me to manage my life and keeps it small. So also, it's like, I'll be honest with you, it's the perfect price point for multiple families that have multiple Xboxes, right? Like this saves everyone the trouble. It doesn't kill Joe.
It would have at one point. It would have been like, what do you mean you don't buy it? But then I'm like, you know what? No, that's okay. because then I see products like this that come out, and I'm like, this is for them. I mean, the moment this Xbox came out, we had the conversation online saying, this is the cautious box.
This is the cautious box. You know what it lets me do, though? It lets me be a 2-console household. Because now I can afford another Switch or continue to upgrade my Switch, and I can keep it in parallel, right? I don't have to have this sort of like one Xbox to rule them all nonsense. I can just do 2 systems now, which is exciting for me.
But that is exciting. I think that's also another thing that again, I know we're very pro Microsoft on the stream because they tend to be the ones that we play the most on. But I have to say that knowing if your Xbox didn't die, like I know your fan is dead, which I mean, it probably could be repaired, etc.
I have a big fan blowing on it right now. Pretty cool.
But the idea is if that system doesn't die or isn't dead yet, what's nice is Xbox seems to still be, most of the games are still going to be coming out to that.
Yeah.
So that means that you could technically take that system and put it like in your office. Could
easily be my Netflix system in my bedroom.
Yeah.
Just put it upstairs, be done with it. I don't have to use the Roku or any of that other nonsense.
Yeah.
And occasionally play in a different room, right? It's nice.
See what kind of margin they have on this business.
Business model has always been break even or take a small loss on the console, make it up in the games. With a switch to cloud gaming, that margin probably has gone to the roof.
So I think Microsoft, that's a good thing to say, because I think Microsoft is learning that cloud gaming is getting a little backlash. I mean, they just saw a big company like Google put out a product and it not go anywhere. So with that in mind, I think their version of cloud gaming,
Google's like reverse EA, right? EA buys companies and puts them out of business. Google tries to make a company and puts itself out of business, right? They don't really succeed at these kind of offshoots that often. I can't think of any. Have they ever put something out that has worked? Like Wave doesn't work. Their
YouTube?
AI driver. YouTube. Okay. No, wait. They bought YouTube, I thought.
Right. They bought YouTube. They bought YouTube and they didn't kill it.
Yeah. They should have just bought a gaming company and brought it inside their Google
who's
family.
to say that Stadia isn't the remnants of some bones of some company that they might
That's true. I had to consider
some point. So, yeah, I mean, this a conversation that we can have here would be, and it's been happening a lot online today. I've been kind of just keeping up, reading the comments. And again, this is a conversation we had, 6 months ago on this show, and now it's coming to fruition. Like people are like they're clutching their pearls a little bit. They're going, wait a minute, here's next gen console at $299, which means that this console will sell, but that means no physical media.
It doesn't mean no physical media. There's still the collectors out there.
Right. But I mean, that's the conversation, right? The conversation is collectors will want to collect physical, but what does it mean to be a physical collector in the modern age? None of the games you buy off the shelf is the complete game. I can't imagine anyone buying a game 10 years later, trying to pop it in with no internet access and enjoying it.
Are they even required to work?
No. I don't think so. They're almost like CD keys, man. You pop them into your system goes, oh, I know what to do, and it goes and downloads a 28 patch.
It downloads the game. It's just a CD key.
I think the conversation should be maybe.
How sad is the post-apocalyptic future going to be when all these folks find these entertainment devices and be like, let's try to turn them on, and none of them work?
Yeah, I had a buddy of mine in a conversation going, here's a good example to this. Another example to this particular one is the physical copy of Tony Hawk Pro Skater 5. It's a terrible game. It was a game that kind of released during the 360 age where they tried to kind of go, oh, let's bring it back. And it was a terrible game. Bad engine, bad game. I mean, it was like...
I remember this one.
It was a bad game. But you could buy a physical version of it. The physical version still has to go and download the client, but the game is gone now. So if you have a physical copy and pop it in, you can't do anything with it.
Huh. That's that.
That's that. Like, there's a game. It's a game that was officially erased from history in the sense that the only way you could play it is if you have like a copy of it and you might crack it on a PC, but not on a console. You can't pop in that game on a brand new console anymore.
Wow. So that's got to make you hurt a little bit inside. Right?
It does. It hurts.
Not me.
It hurts a little not being able to like pop a game in. That said, we are going to get physical copies on the Series X. But again, if you're launching with a digital version only and that cheap, that might be their magic bullet to kind of start that train rolling where people go.
I mean, doesn't it come also with like Xbox Pass and Xbox Gold? Yeah, it comes with all the things that they want you to subscribe to and never stop subscribing.
And so that's the other side of your question, Rules, is what's the margin on this? Well, they go, hey, we'll lose a little bit, but to play this digital system, you have to buy games digitally from us. So you have to subscribe.
Pop a disc in for your Witcher. There you go, Adam. That's exactly right. So yeah, I'm down with the $2.99 version. It looks small, looks nice, lets me maintain my lifestyle, which is way too much on Dwarven Forge, right? That's what it's all about.
Oh man, and we have to remember that we still, I mean, we had the news today for the Series S, but we still technically don't have a release date for the Series X. When's
the release date for the S?
November 10th.
So would it be the same for the X?
I mean, we assume it is, right? But maybe not. I mean, this was their trailer 8 months ago, kind of announcing it, but this was the last bit of trailer for the Series X. So, yeah, man.
Wow, this ray tracing is unbelievable. Look at this. Look at this lighting effects. I'm going to make that your like literally every ray tracing video I've ever watched where they're like, check out this example. I cannot tell the difference. I'm just like, what? It looks exactly the same. What am I looking at here? I'm never impressed.
I should load up Minecraft RTX to show you
it means nothing to me. It looks like more lens flare, like a J.J. Abrams film.
Oh, no, it does not, sir. It does not. Can anyone in the comments play any RTX games?
Was that ray tracing? That was like amazing water effects.
All of it is ray tracing.
All of this is ray tracing.
We'll just go right to the actual release. So this was them launching the console 8 months ago.
Yeah, I remember the giant box.
Can you believe that? 8 months ago, man.
Yeah, I mean that's about right. 8 months ago.
8 months ago, we saw the console 8 months ago. Like no one else has done that. Like that's kind of amazing. Like if someone had told me 8 months ago that wow, here's the launch, they're releasing it, we're gonna have amazing news. And then now, come 8 months later, we're like, this is the worst launch I've ever seen.
It's the best launch you've ever seen. Are you kidding?
Worst launch.
This is what they've learned. They've learned not to tell the fans anything because the fans will rip and rend everything they can, frame by frame.
Now,
you're ripping and rending now. So speaking of ripping and rending, Sony's got to be ready to. They've dropped their price, right? They let us know what they're doing with their PS5. They've told us everything that they've got a big rollout plan. They're going to compete against this. No, I'm just wondering what. Where Sony? Hello, Sony. Avengers assemble. Sony. What's going on? What have you got for me? No, not even a link. Just got the sad trombone.
We're going live to Sony right now.
Is this the sound of crickets?
Sony, are you there? I think someone needs to wake Sony up and tell us what's going on. Do we have what's the price of your cheaper system? Do we have the backwards compatibility?
Is the PS5 backwards compatible yet? Yes. With PS4 games, right? Yes.
Unofficially.
Unofficially backwards compatible with one generation of games.
Yes. All right. Well, thank you,
We are good. Thanks, Sony. Riveting. Better than their last release information. Right?
Yeah, I think that cricket on the left there really told it. I know, right? Mark my words, the Sony leak is coming for sure. No, Sony is big boy company. They're suit and tie company. They're not. I don't see them. They're not going to be fun about this. Like they act like the cool kid on the playground, and a lot of their fans really think they are the cool kid, but they're not. They have really been very boring this generation. They have played it safe this entire generation.
They've always played it safe. Their fans are the ones that have made it big, right? They've always played it safe. The games that are around them have always made them bigger than they are. I don't know. I've never been. Ever since I left them behind, I've never missed them. So
yeah, I don't know. I'm sad. I want and people accuse me of being a fanboy for one or the other, and I'm a fanboy.
You're
a fanboy of
you're a general interest fanboy. You are a fanboy of them all.
Of them all. I'm a general interest fanboy. I love them all. Mm-hmm. I give Sony so much crap because I want them to be better. Like I just want if Xbox is in the in the dirt over here, I'm gonna cheer for that. I want the underdog. Show me what you got. And Xbox came out swinging. They're like, here's Game Pass. Here's backwards compatibility. Here's $2.99. Here's all your old controllers still work with the new console. Like that's pro consumer. Yep. That makes me go, you know what? That's cool, man. All the stuff that I've got now works. All my old games work. The price point works. Sony's
like, Kendo, thanks for jumping on.
Sony's like, yeah, but we're Sony. You're just gonna buy us anyway. And then people go, yeah, and I'm like, but that's not cool. Like, when was that cool?
So November 10th, we get the S. Do you think Sony's gonna miss their date?
You want to be just buy them all? What are you, poor? There you go.
Yes, I am.
Yes, you are, baby.
Thanks for jumping on, Vagabond Dog. You know exactly how to get us going.
Oh man, no, right? Yeah, absolutely.
Look back, homework, Kendo. I know school has started for a lot of us, families and folks like that. My kid is returning to school tomorrow, so very exciting. Thankfully, we are
party. Woo!
I mean, I'm at work. I'd love to be there and throwing a party, but it is what it is. Very excited. Just that it's open. That's the exciting part, right?
Yeah. So I'm excited. Maybe Sony will drop some news before the end of the week. I can't imagine them not, or maybe at least say that they're going to announce some news.
So my bummer news is they're going to delay.
You think so?
I mean, I want them to, because I would love to see how the community reacts.
Well, the community is going to go. They're going to go, well, it doesn't matter. Xbox doesn't have anything to show. They don't have any.
Yeah, but the Xbox folks are going to lose their minds. That's what's going to happen.
Oh, I can't wait. I cannot wait.
Just for the amount of ink spilled about the delay and everything. Like, I'd love to see what happens, right? Love to play that game out. But they have something. $2.99 is such a good price point, Joe. I mean, I fist pumped into the air when I saw that price point.
That is a great price point, man. Like, it almost makes me want to buy two.
So like a $2.99 one, and then the real one, right? Let's just be real. Let's be honest here. The real Xbox.
The real Xbox.
I'm gonna get the Fisher Price Xbox at the correct price point, and you're gonna get the real one, the Pro Gamer one.
Because I'm pro. As
Xbox,
I played Celeste
Pro
all weekend. That's hilarious.
I mean, I'm playing Spiritfarer. I'm not exactly using up the power of my machine. I also can't because my fan broke.
Speaking of the power of the machine, just like we had mentioned earlier, The Witcher is coming to PS5 and Xbox Series X. And again,
you can't be Rockstar's business model, right? Keep releasing the same exact game across every system over and over and over again, and just make money from what you've already made. Long shelf life, make it nice.
Yeah.
So Mid-Geek Crisis is now officially a burn cautious channel. Let's just burn cautious all day long on his $2.99 price point.
Courtney is not watching this stream right now because it is parent-teacher night for her campus at the moment. So,
she's meeting it. Wow, that's really early.
Yeah,
well, I guess there's teachers.
Yeah. I am like a Pokemon trainer, man. I gotta have them all for sure.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
But I want to talk about this for a second, and this goes back to the polarity to PC gaming. I can't understand why people are so confused. Why people keep saying these new consoles have no new games.
Yeah.
Did you know that the last generation has a ton of games that a lot of people didn't play?
Yep.
So that's what's happening, folks, is we're getting these games that came out or have been out that are just going to look better and better on new hardware.
New people are going to play them.
It is ripping out that old video card and dropping in a new video card, and all of a sudden those games look even better. And that's what's happening here. This is the new generation of gaming.
Maybe I'll play Grand Theft Auto 5 on this system again. No.
No.
Or maybe I'll play with 3, which I haven't picked up. There you go. You're doubling up. There you go. Called out. Shame. Shame.
Why spend $10 million on a new game when you can spend. Yes, that's exactly right. And Rolls, you have just won segue of the night, sir. Speaking of wonderful, wonderful, wonderful segues there, when it comes down to rehashing, no one is better than Nintendo themselves.
So, for the record, we don't have a producer tonight, which is why you see Joe doing searches on.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I have a lot of it, and multiple tabs, and our producer's out for the night. But that's okay. That's okay. We got this. We got this. But yes, so Nintendo. Nintendo was also kind of guilty this summer fall convention season or whatever of not really seeing any news. There was no major direct. There was no E3 for them. There was nothing.
Why would they do anything when they've had Animal Crossing for COVID? That's why would you just sit on that and enjoy it?
I left it in private mode. Bravo. So Nintendo came out of nowhere. I mean, okay, when I say nowhere, I mean like the leaks had happened previously. Like 4 months ago, there had been like, we're getting a Mario collection. We're getting a Mario collection. We're getting a Mario collection. And sure enough, that's exactly what we're getting. And this is fantastic for my kids, for your kids, for anybody. Get them to play these old games. It's a collection here. We're getting Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, and Mario Galaxy all in one package.
Yeah, but it looks like crap.
Actually, that looks better.
It looks great. It still looks great. It looks fun. Our friends, brother, sister, part of the collective, played this a couple weeks ago. If you want to go back and check out their episodes, they played the heck out of that and they enjoyed it.
I think this might have been the last Mario you played, right?
I didn't play any of these Marios.
You didn't play on your GameCube?
I didn't own a GameCube.
Yeah, you did. I have your memory card.
Yeah, I bought it used to play Wind Waker.
Wind Waker? That's the only game you played?
What? How many games did I give you when I gave it to you?
Give me a few.
That and Pikmin. I think I played 1 and 2. So, a little bit of Resident Evil.
This is one of my favorite Marios, and seeing this again on the Switch, can't wait.
I wasn't the. I mean, everyone, friends of the show know that I'm not the diehard Nintendo fan that Joe is. So playing every single Mario game and getting every single Mario game is never on my agenda.
100% on my agenda, man.
I know. I mean, it could be the worst game ever, and you will still play it. So
hey, I've played Hotel Mario.
See, okay, he can even name the worst Mario game ever.
Yeah, see, I like that he brought it up. Where's the real compilation? They'll give me Mario Paint. Marty's just typing Hotel Mario, and Mario's missing.
Mario Missing is a game. That's a real game, and you just make that up. I know Mario teaches.
Mario's Missing is a real game.
Unbelievable.
So we're going to talk a little bit about this just because, A, everyone knows these games, and if you don't, please get this. September 18th. That's a week and a half from now, man. What a great launch. Boom. Here we go.
That's a wonderful day, too, September 18th. One of the best days. Yeah,
it's one of the best days. What day is that?
One of the best days, September 18th. I'm just saying.
Here we have a collection of 3. Fans wanted this, but then of course, as soon as fans get this, there is all sorts of backlash. Like, oh my God, $59.99 for a collection of games. These are all poor. So it should be $20 at the most, max, whatever. And when did we become so entitled?
I mean, did you miss the memo?
I must have. I guess I missed when it came out.
It's a constant theme here on the Mid-Geek Crisis, right? When it's Mario Brothers. What am I saying wrong here? Mario Brothers?
Mario. It's the Mario. It's the New York Mario.
Hey,
you say Mario, and I say Mario.
Come on. Thanks.
Yeah.
Courtney's called me out on that for years now, just for the record. She never misses a beat.
So here we've got a collection of 3 games, right? So I have to just kind of go back to
$60 does seem kind of high price for it.
It does, but unless you own the old consoles to play these and the games, this is a way more expensive. Like, let's say you have a GameCube sitting in your closet, and you're like, I want to play it. You don't own Mario Sunshine, and you want to play it. That game's a $75 game now, folks. It has gone up in value.
Yeah, but
so that's $75, give or take. Let's just say average $50.
That's $75 for someone who knows the game, played it before, and wants to play it. which is the exact target market this $60 game is for, right? They're not targeting 12-year-olds who like Mario.
Sure they are. My kiddo is excited for this.
But that's Joe. You are the exception that proves the rule. For the record, you've got 7. Your kid was born in a Mario hat. Are you kidding me? Swaddled in a mushroom blanket.
Exactly.
Fucking with me. So putting you aside because you're an exception. I don't know that 13-year-olds want this game. But their dads do and their moms do, right? And they're buying it for their kids to experience it then with them Switch. I don't think their target audience is anyone but people who are chasing that nostalgia train.
I don't think so, man. I think Mario is almost synonymous to Mickey Mouse in a way. Like he is a character out there for kids, and kids know it and see it. They know these things. My kiddos know about
the hot take button. Is there a hot take button? Because I feel like you've compared Mario to Mickey Mouse.
You mean
before.
He's bigger than Mickey? Way bigger than Mickey.
I mean, sure. Okay.
Way bigger than Mickey.
But that doesn't mean kids want to play old games. Dude, there's enough new games with Mario. Why would they want to play old games?
Yeah, that's true. Look, these are games they're timeless games. They're good platformers. They have a ton of hours into them. Each one of these games, when they originally launched, were $50 to $60. All right, these aren't small content, bite-sized games.
Sure.
Put that aside. Put the who's it for aside. Let's put the fact that the amount of content you're getting for $60 is a lot. And not only that is I hear the conversation of like, oh, well, these are just ports. They're not. I mean, yes, they are ports, but they still have to have a developer kind of run it through the code, recompile it, get it running on 1080p, up the textures, work and time and effort went through. Someone has to
work into it. Totally work with it.
So
right?
these are 3 games that someone put some sort of labor of love into that are getting re-released. And for $60 for 3 games, when each one of those games originally were $50 a piece, that's a steal. I'm sorry. I think it's a steal. I don't know where we kind of became. We need $6.99. Like everything's got to be like that app price, like 99 cents, $2.99.
If they were $19.99 each of those 3 games, people would still lose their minds, dude. They would still, it would still be bad. They would be like, "Oh, $20 for Mario Galaxies is ridiculous."
Right.
So yeah, I'm with you.
I mean, even if you went to the GameStop right now and try to pick up a used copy of Galaxy, which you can probably find, it's still $20.
Yeah. But you'd have to have the system for it.
You'd have to have a Wii. You'd have to have your Wiimotes. You have to plug it in, and then you realize, wait, my TV doesn't have analog connections. All I have is a 4K TV.
You mean I have to play in front of my TV, and I can't just take it to the bathroom with me?
Right.
That's also the $60 added benefit.
There we go. It's like you're
paying for a little bit more.
Friggin' I'm gonna play Galaxy on the toilet. Friggin'
yeah, no, that's great.
Get some shines on.
I think I'm going to call that. That's my euphemism now for going to the bathroom.
Get my shine on.
I'm going to get some shine on.
I'm getting my shine on. Dude, Adam, you can say it all you want, but it's totally the truth, man. I think, I know Mickey is the face of Disney, but honestly, Mickey himself is like.
You'd be wrong. You're wrong, and that's okay. You can hold firm to your belief, and I truly believe you believe that. But Mickey is billion, trillion times bigger than Mario.
No.
Okay. I mean, you can. It's all right, man. We all got to hold on to our heroes.
Recognizably, like.
And our truthiness. I'm bringing that back. We all got to hold on to our truthiness, and that's fair.
I only have this 4K TV. Exactly. They're like, they pull out their GameCube and try to plug it in, or their you have to think about the fact that all 3 of these games in this package were non-HD. Like all of them came out in non-HD era.
Oh my God, what a world we live in.
Like, and we have to understand that the last game of that collection was a Wii game, and the Wii was around the PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 3, 2 and 3 time.
Wait, the Wii wasn't an HD system?
No, it was not. It had progressive scan. You could plug in a component cable and go up to 480p, but you couldn't go any higher than that.
Yeah.
So at base, most systems at that point were doing 720p. So that's progressive high def. So
just 720p.
You could die on this hill if you want. Yeah, dude, I will. I'll die on it.
You die on this hill, but it's just you, Mario, and the mushroom dude.
A mushroom dude? Can I ban? Is there a ban button on this? How do we ban?
That mushroom dude is.
Yeah, right. In 1990, a national survey found that Mario was more recognized to American children than in 1990.
Who gives a shit about American children? You said the world. That's you trumpet this. You're like, oh, we're doing better than the world. Like, come on, get out of here.
Did you just Trump interview me?
Like, are you joking with this nonsense?
I'm here for the 3090 giveaway. Oh yeah, absolutely. Just like and subscribe. You have to share with 10 people. Get those 10 people to like and subscribe, and there'll be a 3090
pyramid scheme.
Pyramid scheme, baby. We'll get you that 3090. No worries. Yeah, man. I don't care what anyone says. I will die on that hill. I think Mario.
Right. There's no one's asking you to die
globally.
That's great. I love it, dude.
I like how globally is bad for Mario, which is an international brand, but Mickey, who is an American-made mouse, somehow, and the parks are only in the U.S. I'm not counting Paris and.
What are these exclusions that you're creating to prove your point?
I mean, my point was globally, Mario, Super Mario, a character made in Japan, who is big in America and Japan. Sure. It globally has a bigger following and a bigger recognizability.
You're cherry picking the two biggest video game markets as well, but that's okay. I like where you're going with this. This is good.
I'm gonna find some facts on this, and I'm gonna make a whole damn video about it.
It's good. Mid-Geek Crisis brought to you by Fox News. Donald Trump for Disney. It's like deep insults. Deep.
I'll cut you deep. I don't care.
Welcome to the Bird Channel.
Yeah. That's it. Also, one more bit of news that they announced was, of course, they announced some really fun stuff at this direct.
Yep.
One in particular.
Wait. Was this the announcement where they did the sort of what is it? The 35 Marios got to fight on the screen, got to jump across the board. Isn't that
right? I thought that was kind of a battle royale Mario.
Mario, which looks bonkers. And this is like a free drop. Is that what I understand?
It'll be a free drop. So if you're not familiar with their Tetris 100 or Tetris 99 style game, which is the better you do in the game, you're sending the enemies over to other players.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes the game.
Look at all those great enemies on the screen.
Use the item roulette and these 4 strategies to try to outpace your opponents. Keep going until
I cannot wait to watch these games, these actual plays of people just dominating this, right? It's going to be amazing watching them beat like 700
monsters. Free
members.
Yep. Be free to online members.
No weird thing. Playable until 3/31/2021.
Yeah.
Why?
So they've been. I don't know. That's a whole other conversation we need to have about digital scarcity. They're really Nintendo's doing this, especially with this collection. This 3-game collection that we talked about apparently is only going to be sold till end of March of next year.
Yeah. So Vagabond Dog brings up an interesting point. Let's talk controversy for a second. This game pisses me off because they stole it from an indie developer after sending a cease and desist. So yeah,
I had no idea.
Yeah, no idea.
Is this what developer was this? Was this the Super Mario War or what? I'm trying to think of what game it was. What indie game it was. I can only imagine. Like, I mean, if you're gonna, and again, I don't want to protect Nintendo in any way on this because I cease and desist. I think Sega is the opposite. Sega embraces this and kind of allows people to run and make their own Sega, like their Sonic games and their Sonic fandom games. But
Mario Royale for facts. See what happens.
We'll take a look at that after the show for sure. And I wanna get
unpack that, Vagabond Dog. Thanks for bringing us the news.
Yeah, bring that news to us. That's excellent. What I want to talk about though is the fact that Nintendo's always been really picky about their IP, like who uses it. If the developer, I mean, as soon as he got the cease and desist, please tell me he still released his game with another character and not a Mario character, right?
But it's the most recognizable character in the world, Joe. Why would you ever want to drop Mario from your?
Exactly, you're absolutely right. Why would you? But I mean, if you don't want to get stewed into oblivion,
just use Mickey Mouse, right? That would work. Go up against Disney. Oh, there he goes. Look, there's even. I must have missed this one.
Yeah. I guess that's what it was. So it looks like it was the Battle Royale game.
That's amazing to me. So yeah, we'll check it out. We'll talk about it probably next week about that sort of.
They aren't remakes; they are remasters. They are taking a game that wasn't in 1080p originally. They took assets. They put widescreen. The games on the GameCube and the Wii weren't in widescreen originally, so they made sure that they look sharp. Textures have been redone, etc. So it's a little bit of both. And yes, stay woke. Absolutely. No, I agree. Indie developers, I think Nintendo has a bad rap about that. And I think that they rightfully deserve. They shouldn't go attacking their fans. If a fan makes a love letter game to their own franchise, they should embrace that and allow it, kind of like Sega does with Sonic. That said, Sega is popular, but they're kind of a publisher now with their own IPs. Nintendo is this hardware manufacturer that's kind of global. I mean, God's sakes, Mario is kind of the face of the Olympics. That didn't happen this year, but he was supposed to be one of the big faces of the Olympics. So, I mean, like, again, recognizable brand. I mean, it's tough. It's tough. I don't wish any of that on anybody. I mean, that happens all the time with Pokemon fan games and all that. They get pulled down all the time. So, really sucks. Another bit of news from that was this thing, which I don't know about you, but this looked fun for you and me, I think. But I think we both kind of like this.
Yep. So again, this is one of the things that buying the cheaper Xbox lets me afford, right? This is exciting. This is good. One thing I want to throw out there, I missed this one. Here we go. Vagabond Dog. Hey, if you have a game, throw it up in the chat. Let us know what that game is. Love to check it out and talk about it next week, maybe.
Yeah, absolutely.
So this looks amazing to me. It combines two of the things I loved and still love, right? Hot Wheels race car driving, which I loved doing as a kid, the sort of physicality of that, and Mario Kart racing, which is also a blast.
I mean, right? This is like taking a video game, adding slot cars, adding RC cars, adding physical toys, making it, what is it? Augmented reality, so we get a little bit of AR.
Yep. Everybody bring over your Switches, put things down on the ground, chase the cats around the house. It's going to be great. I mean,
you kind of create the course by driving, and it remembers it as you drive through 1 through 3 and 4, and then it draws it, and then it puts the virtual lines on the screen, which is awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's going to create. I hope, right? Like I see the cups and the way they sort of design these courses here. I can't wait to do that with my daughter. Right, that's the kind of fun stuff I'd like to do together with video games. Bring the two things together.
Right. And my living room is big enough that I can probably do that. Probably set it around the couch and kind of go into the living room.
Make some simple courses, make some bigger courses, and you start building things. It's going to be great. Yeah, this is awesome. You do need multiple Switches, though, right? I'm assuming you're going to need multiple.
I think so. I think one player can play with one physical.
Mm-hmm.
One physical.
I think so. Any idea on price from Doubleday? I think it's going to be like.
I think it's $99 per car. If I'm not,
it's not.
So it's $99 with the car, and it comes with the download for the game, of course. And then so like, if someone else spends another $99, you get another car. And so the idea is you have one car per household or whatever. But I'm going to end up buying two because we have multiple Switch in the house, and at the same time, I need to have Mario and Luigi.
So you had the perfect excuse in that you have two kids. Instead, you're like, I'm going to need to buy two for me.
Well, I mean, like we as the collective royal we. Royal we here. So I'm gonna stick with that, and I'm gonna run with it, and I'm gonna.
That is my story, and I am sticking with it.
For sure. Another one was this one was actually their first announcement of the night or the day. Actually, this launched at like 8:00 in the morning, which is really weird.
The original Super Mario Brothers, which made its debut on NES in 1985.
Oh, 1985. What a glorious year.
Watch system. A plus control pad is included, so you can play the game smoothly.
It's just a little handheld that plays Mario.
Game & Watch product.
It's a Game & Watch
also
item.
Functions as a clock.
But
in honor of the game's 35th anniversary, it comes with 35 little touches to discover. In addition, you can play the Super Mario Brothers The Lost Levels game on it.
Did you pre-order this?
Not out yet. It hasn't passed FCC regulations here in the U.S., so there are no pre-orders up yet.
It hasn't. What regulations are they worried about?
Will launch November 13th. The original Nintendo handheld gaming system is back.
Limited production. Thank you, Nintendo, for making a collector's item.
Scarcity, right away. Scarcity. Yeah. So it's gonna be. It's $49.95. It plays Mario. It plays Mario Brothers 2 Japanese version. It's a game.
How could they charge $50 for an old port?
Who was alive? Who was alive in '85? Oh dear God! Don't say that.
Arguably nobody. Arguably, are we even really today?
Yeah. I mean, meh. So yeah, that was their big news. That was their big launch. Yes, that was last week. That was last week after this. This whole launch. I think on Wednesday. We woke up after the show and I was like, "What? What is going on here?"
You heard us complaining. Said, "Let's drop some good news for you."
Yeah, some of us just saw Jedi in the damn theater. Whippersnappers. That's right. That's right. Some of us had just watched. I remember going to the theater to see that.
It was amazing. I remember going to the theater and loving those Ewoks, and I still love those Ewoks. I ruined my mother's Empire experience by crying the whole time because Darth Vader scared me, for the record.
So that's a good question. Have we played Tony Hawk? No, I have not picked it up yet. I was going to pull the trigger on it, and then I decided not to, which is so funny because then I got into playing Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 on my Xbox, on the original Xbox.
He's a retro gamer, everybody. Totally retro gamer. He won't play new stuff. He'll buy it, but he won't play it for a while. He's got to wait for it to achieve the right vintage when he pops the cork off the game before he enjoys it. That's why he just beat Celeste this weekend. It's been
I just beat Celeste. It's been out for a year and change now, and I finally sat down and finished that game. And man, that was a beautiful story. Just
gorgeous, really rewarding.
Really rewarding, man. Like again, we talk about platforming in those type of games where you play the game and you get to a point where the muscle memory gets it, you die, and then you get it, and you're like, ooh, and you just feel so good. You're like, but there were moments in that game where I'm literally like flexing the control, like just in rage.
It's actually the game where I taught my daughter that you have to get up and walk away from games sometimes. You can't just eventually you get so hot blooded you gotta put the controller down and be like, all right.
Because you don't want to have one of those kids that throws controllers and then you're buying
like $60. These controllers,
which are backwards compatible. Not with the new system. So
I can buy 3 Nintendo games for $60 now.
Exactly. Three Nintendo games. I love that, sir.
This is what I do. I do multiple callbacks.
Another $60 will get you this wonderful game that was announced today out of freaking nowhere, man.
I saw the news notification. I was like, "What? How did Joe not mention this already in the works?"
So we'll just drop it. So we're getting a prequel game.
Koei Tecmo. It's crazy.
Published by Nintendo, but they basically gave it all to Koei Tecmo, and we're like, make a Dynasty Warriors style game, telling the prequel story to our biggest game we've released in a long time, Breath of the Wild.
Animal Crossing. This is the prequel to Animal Crossing, everybody. You heard it here first.
It looks like they gave them full assets and everything, so they're making all the cutscenes and everything. These aren't redone by Tecmo, kind of like they did with the last Hyrule Warriors. These are all Nintendo assets.
So is this just going to satisfy that itch of people who just want to plow through Link's enemies? Is that what I'm looking at here?
I mean, if you play Breath of the Wild, you play it. I dumped, I think, close to 200 hours into that game. There's obviously an underlying story that happened in this world. Like you see like the remains of this world, and I'm like, how did we get here? And it's told through some flashbacks in the game, but you still want to know more, which is why we're getting a sequel, right? We're getting a sequel to Breath of the Wild, but this should give us some information on how we got to this point.
Prequels. Yes. So, Double Day, I'm with you here. I don't want to play this game. I'm not a big fan of the Dynasty Warriors series, but I would like to watch it made into a movie because it looks really glorious. It looks fantastic.
I'm sure the game comes out and 24 hours later you'll go on YouTube and there's going to be a full
CG
walkthrough.
Yep. But I haven't played Breath of the Wild yet because Nintendo refuses to lower the price to a price point that I want to pay.
You picked it up when it was on sale for like $20 when you first got your Switch last.
Nope, I did not. I didn't want to squeeze in the $20, so I didn't do it. Who's this guy? Who's this guy with his t-shirt?
That's Enuma, man. He's a producer, Eiji Enuma for Nintendo, man. He's one of the big names. He's been running the whole Zelda ship for the past like 20 plus.
These people are not celebrities to me, Joe. I'm sorry.
I know. They're celebrities to us.
They may as well be Mickey Mouse.
That's right.
Someone just piece all the cutscenes together.
I'm sure.
He's so. Loosen up, dude.
It's
or zoom in the camera.
So yeah. But I mean that's great. We're gonna get this. And again, this drops November 20th.
A lot of games dropping just in time, right after we get our Xboxes, right? So that's
Right
good
after
for
we get our
Nintendo. And can we go back to Sony Studios and see what they're saying? Is that
possible? Let me switch back to Sony.
Sony Studios if they have a response to Nintendo's game drops. I don't. Kidding. We need this now. We need this. This needs to be a thing we do all the time. Thanks, Sony.
Hold on. I think I hear something. No. Appreciate the comment, Sony. Good. I appreciate that, Sony. All right.
Good response to Nintendo and Xbox dropping some
you
great
heard
games.
it first, folks. They're prepared. They're prepared.
This is a good bit. So yeah, Doubleday. Just watch the beginning of our show, and you'll catch up, right? Yeah. And then it's a good bit. I like it. We need to keep doing it.
Although I will say, I love how the internet reacts, right? And again, I don't want to talk about.
Let's close it out on it. Let's close it out.
Look at these wonderful memes to the Xbox Series X. Oh God. Microsoft always copying Sony. Look at it.
That's a really good one, actually.
Yeah, that's a good one. Oh man. Place order here.
Hello, I'd like to play Xbox, please. Hello. Oh yeah. No, it definitely triggers some deep memories of old technology.
Blast some good music, that Bluetooth.
I'd buy that edition for the record.
I would.
That's a really good looking edition.
It is a good edition.
That's good stuff.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, and just by
the way, Xbox actually retweeted this one
because it's good. It's excellent.
So good.
So let's just close that out, right? So Vagabond Dog, the game is called The Karen Simulator. Is that what I'm seeing here? I missed the notification up here. I want to make sure to shout out your game. If you got anything creative going on, you should always let us know. We're happy to shout it out.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'd try it, so I'll put it on the list of the 8 Steam games that I actually own.
Yeah, Adam, send me whatever links you got. Well, I missed it in the chat. Why does Xbox have a hot play on it? It totally. Hey, I mean, as long as that fan isn't going, it'll always be a hot play.
Why? Don't everyone please pour a little bit out. Make the appropriate sacrifices to keep my Xbox going until November 10th. That's when I need. I just need it to survive a little bit longer. I don't want to
light a candle. I'll light one of those.
Light a candle for my Xbox and keep it going until.
Light a candle for sure.
Absolutely.
What are those prayer candles called?
Prayer candles.
Are they? Is it?
I think they're literally called prayer candles. There it goes. Game is called Karen: an Outrage Simulator, and available at KarenSimulator.com or Steam. I guess I saw you mention it on Steam, so check it out there. I'll pop that up for a little bit longer for folks while Joe is looking up the name of prayer candles. Really, is that what you're doing?
Wait, really? Wait. What's it? Hold on.
It's called Karen: an Outrage Simulator. You're gonna throw it up?
There we go. I'm pulling it up.
Yeah, there we go.
Buy Karen Simulator, right? Items included. Okay, so it's a shooter, right? I just want to be sure I put the right game up. Sorry, guys. Sorry, I'm slow today.
Votive candles. You are both terrible Catholics. We're not that kind of Catholic, Adam. There's different kinds of Catholics, right? We're not the candle Catholics. There it goes.
Oh, I'm in for this.
Looks like it's punching up. I appreciate it. Oh my gosh, it's like a
throw in the coffee. Argue your way to the top.
I love it. This is looking fun.
Should do a live stream of me playing this. You will be speaking with the manager.
Dude, there's a lot of shoving going on there. I'm digging this.
Karen, man, she's
no, I dig it. I'm throwing the food on the floor in the restaurant. Nice.
There should be a moment where she doesn't get queso or shredded cheese with her fajitas.
Oh my gosh.
She doesn't get shredded cheese with her fajitas at the
Did you
power.
witness this? Did this happen at a restaurant in, I assume, New York? Because that wouldn't happen in Texas, right?
It did happen in Texas.
Oh, God.
It actually happened about 4 miles away from me, like a restaurant right down the way. And we saw the news and like it went viral. And I was like, that's what made everyone in Texas so mad. I'm like, what Texan puts shredded cheese on their fajitas? Like,
I mean, I should have known, like, Texas is totally the birthplace of Karen, but still, I'm appalled. I'm appalled at cheese on the fajitas.
the only way to eat them. Actually, she doesn't get almonds.
Is that what happens in the restaurant? So there you go. There's no almonds in the salad, probably. There's
Nice. Yeah, the white ones. That's right. The white fajitas, for sure.
Oh, I thought we were talking about that in terms of the Catholics, right? So good joke, though, Astro. I think I might be the only one who gets it, unless you all are broadcasting from Avignon. The whole point of Catholicism is
Oh my God!
Very nice, very nice. Good
Oh
joke.
my
I
God.
love it. Splendid. Good one to end the night on. Astro Kraken, actual splendid. Good stuff. Good show. Thanks, everybody. I appreciate the chat, jumping on, everyone talking, chit-chatting. This has been the Mid-Geek, right?
Appreciate it. Guys, like, subscribe, share.
Like,
Let us know.
follow.
Sometimes we run a little dry with these. Sometimes we're running a lot into news. If you ever want to like plug a game like this, I totally want to play a game like this. I would totally maybe do a night where I stream it.
Do it, man. Do it.
Karen,
Great.
I'm gonna buy this.
Good fun, y'all. You're gonna buy right now. Good for you, man.
I got it. I got this.
Love it.
Support. I got to support.
Do it.
All right.
Thank you, Vagabond Dog, everybody that jumped on and chatted. You know, yeah, at Cautious at the Twitters. I'm trying to tweet more often, so encourage me to do so. And then at Afroman as well. Like and subscribe. Share with your friends. We're enjoying the conversation. Oh, anytime, Vagabond. If you're doing something, if anybody's doing something, let us know. Right? We all creators. Let's share our creations.
Absolutely.
And further up. I appreciate it.
All right, everyone. Take care. Another episode in the can.
Be kind.